Hello, my name is Abhipal Guryangovi.
My name is Shanika Rudipong.
Today I will interview Mr. Agasya. So, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello, my name is Agasya Mura. You can call me Aga. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia, and I am studying tourism hospitality management. I'm on the fourth year now.
And how long do you stay in Thailand?
I've been here since 2011, so it's 3.5 years, to say.
And what do you think, what is the best thing that you live in Thailand?
Best thing I live in Thailand, I actually used to live far from my family and society, because they always give me this sort of constant pressure and controlling what I should do and what I shouldn't do. I have more freedom here. That's the best thing.
So, what about the worst thing for you?
The worst. The worst, I would say if I have any communication problem, and I said that it doesn't mean only the language problem, but I think even though we are in an Asian countries, I think there are some aspects that are different in our communication style between Indonesia and Thailand. For example, in Indonesia, it is very acceptable if you speak fast or you speak very loud. But I think in Thailand, it is quite on the contrary. And sometimes I feel I don't have my own culture, so I speak very fast, I speak very loud, and I think like some of Thai people are not appreciating it. Yeah, that's one of the problems.
And since you are studying, do you have the fixed plan for your future?
I don't really have fixed plan. I think I prefer to live my life as it is, and then just accept whatever life brings to me. Although I don't have a plan. I don't have a plan what I want to do in the future, but I'm not really strict on that.
And what is the most important things that value your life?
It's important thing. I'll say it's my family. I'm really close to the family. I think family is the center of everything. Yeah, and I grew up with them, and then I find them very, very important.
And who is the first person that you think first when you have the problem?
Okay. When I have problem, I think I would think I would think someone who is closest to me physically. So let's say, because right now my family are living in Indonesia and I'm here alone, I would think about my friends first. Whenever I have problems, then maybe I would share to them. But then in my family, I am the closest one to my mother. So I think if I have any problem, I will call them.
And how that value affect your life?
I think that value is really important. I'm very close to my family, and in Indonesia, family is very important, as I said before. Your family teaches you everything. That really what shape your mindset, and from your mindset, it also affects your way of thinking, and also your behavior and how you see your life. And I think that's how my family affected me. And to be what I am today, I think it is also the fruit of my family.
And do you think is it really important that males should be the one that who need to take care of female?
Traditionally, it is in Indonesia. Traditionally, we view men as the center of the family, as the one who has to continue the family line, and also the one where the women should depend to. But I think in the present time, I think men and women are equal. I think there's one is no more important than the others.
And for you, do you prefer to work in group or individual?
If I could handle myself, I will work individually. Although if it's quite hard or if it takes or require a lot of resources, I would be very happy to share it in a group.
And can you describe the hardest group project that you ever had, and how can you overcome it?
Okay. The hardest group project, I have to say, one time I had a group project that no one understands what to do. And I think what we did back then was that we divided the group work, and so that each of the members know their responsibility. And if you have any problem, let's say we still did not understand what to do, and then we have to be open to each other, and maybe one may explain it to the other, and also if if we are still not understand, we will ask the teacher. Yeah, but that's what I did.
And if someone is better than you, and do you feel motivated with that person or not?
Motivated to compete with him?
Yes.
I would say there's a little motivation. I would say that it is something that motivates me. Oh yeah, I have to do better. But I think I have to know my capacity. I mean, if I know I can compete with him, I will be very motivated. But then if I feel like, oh, okay, that person is already way up high of me, I couldn't reach the same level as that person. If no matter how hard I try, I would just tell, okay, just give the competition to him.
So how do you handle yourself when you are under extreme pressure?
Under extreme pressure, I will try to calm myself down, take deep breaths, everything. Yeah, I think it's very important to have my mind clear because that's because I could make a better decision when my mind is clear. Also, if I have any problem, I think I will share my problem with my closest friend and relatives, and it would help me ease the problem and also relieve the stress.
So let's move on to the question about communication style.
Right.
What will you do if your friends interrupt while you are talking?
I would be quite annoyed in general, especially if someone. It would happen only once or twice, maybe I'll be fine. But if someone constantly, interrupting me while I was speaking, I would be very annoyed.
If someone asks you to share your opinion about them, do you say it honestly? Yeah, for example, if someone asks you how well they did today, do you, even though they are just like awful, do you say it honestly or?
Asking about honestly, I think honesty is important. I'm a very honest person, and I couldn't lie. But I think for that case, I would be more indirect, which means that I would not say it directly. Oh yeah, your dress is so ugly. You should say how to say. Your dress doesn't suit you well. I wouldn't say something like that, but I would say, yeah, well, I think there is something better than this one that you wear. So yeah, you got what I mean. I will not say it directly.
Okay. Have you ever been accused of something you did not do? How would you react?
Well, I have, but first of all, I would be shocked. Like I would be surprised why somebody accused me of doing that. But I didn't do anything wrong, and I know that I'm right. So I have nothing to be guilty about. So I'll just confront him and then ask him why they accused me of doing that, and also try to straighten out the problem.
When you do not understand the lesson that you learn in class, do you prefer to communicate with your lecturer verbally or written in form, like sending the email to the lecturer?
Okay. If I don't understand, I prefer to ask the teacher verbally because it's more efficient in time. I would say I would understand better. And I also think that the teacher can explain it better than in a written form in email, because in emails it can be quite complicated to explain sometimes.
So do you always share your opinion in class?
That one not always. I would share my opinion only if someone asks me. Other than that, no, surely.
Have you ever raised your hand in class when you do not understand the lesson, or do you wait until the end of the class to ask the question?
I prefer to ask. If I have any question, I will ask it like at the time when I didn't understand when the teacher was explaining, because I don't want to. I don't want the matter to get more complicated because I didn't understand one part and I couldn't move on. But if the question that I have requires longer time to explain, I would prefer to ask it after the class, so that I won't disrupt. I won't disrupt the class schedule, class time.
Have you ever felt with someone or one of your colleagues who are really difficult to get along with, how do you handle with them?
Oh yeah, it happened one time. I think to communicate with a difficult person, there should be a mutual respect. I think they should respect me, and also I should respect them for that conversation to be successful. Although when someone is very difficult to talk to, and or someone that who I could not get along with, I think I would just focus on the objective for the communication, like why I have a need to talk to them or why they need to talk to me. Just focus on the objective. Maybe we will not get along very well, we will not get very close, maybe like me to you, and then yeah, just focus on the objective. Just do something that we have to do.
How do you motivate yourself and your teamwork to complete an unpleasant work assignment?
Unpleasant work assignment. Well, it happened to me once. There was like one assignment that no one understands what to do. I think I did what we did was that we divided the job for each of the members, and then also set the goals for each of the members. When should they finish it, or at least like how far should they go by a certain time? And I think it motivated each one of us by doing that, because we already know what our responsibilities are, what we are going to do, and if we have any question, they know that their group are available for them to discuss the matter.
Yeah. So the last question: do you enjoy listening to other people or telling story to other people?
I am quite introverted person, so and I don't really think I have many interesting stories, so I prefer to listen than to tell stories.
What do you think about Thai culture? For example, when greeting, they greet, they why each other, the younger why the older to show their respect. What do you think about that?
I think it's very polite, such a polite gesture that everyone gives to the, especially to the elder or to the superior, and it's kind of cute for me. Yeah.
And how do they do in your culture in Indonesia?
Indonesia.
How do they show their respect to the other?
Indonesia, it depends on the culture. So, like some culture do give gesture, like giving a wine or handshake, or there are like some other culture they don't. So like they don't give any gesture. But normally, at least the thing that we all do is that we use like the more formal words when we speak to the elders. Yeah, and yeah, try to act more polite, say good morning, how are you, but in a more using the more polite words. Yeah, not the words that we use daily
With friends.
with friends. Yeah, we have different words.
And have you ever experienced the culture shock in Thailand?
Culture shock, not something that's necessarily a culture shock. I think I haven't experienced so far. Thank God, I haven't experienced so far. But then I think just like once it happened to me that I had a problem with a friend, and then my friend kept telling like bad thing about me, and everyone just believed it. And that's quite a shock for me. I don't know, maybe it's just in my case, because I think I learned that many people here they like to be in a group, and they are like they're all like in a group for everything, and like one group share the same thoughts, and then they think the same way, and then if one thing if something happened to their group and everyone was well with, for me that's like okay. Yeah.
What about now? Do you still talk with them?
No, they still don't want to talk to me. I want to talk to them, but they don't want to talk to me. For me, like, well, okay, if this is like what they want to do, then I cannot do anything else. Simple. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Hello, TK. Today I have some questions to ask you about Thai culture.
Okay.
Let's begin with the first question. What aspect of Thai culture that you think is like different from your culture, like social relations, the gesture of people, or religions, or belief, or something? What do you think?
Most of I think, there's a lot of similarities between Korea and Thailand. Like, Like for example, the religion, like we also have Buddhism as well, and like some of the traditional values are pretty much the same as well. Like how the respect for seniors and things like that is very much valued a similar way. But other aspects, like if maybe the different things about the cultures might be, if I talk about education, I think in a way studying in Korea might be more stressful in compared to Thailand, although in Thailand the educational stress level is still quite high, but personally I think it's more stressful to study in Korea because of the competitiveness and because of the competition, the parents put a lot of pressure on the children since like when they're in kindergarten or from when they're in primary school. That's one of the things. And the other things that I've realized was that in Thailand there are people who are more carefree and they like to do things in a more like a slow pace, I think. Yeah.
Okay, then and do you have any? What were your impression when you first came into contact with Thai culture?
One thing that surprised me when I first came here was that at that time when I first came here, like the having maids was like a it wasn't like a shock, but I found it like cool that there was
Being a maid.
yeah that we could hire a maid to help us in our home. Other things would be like the way people drive as well. The driving here and the transportation system is not as systematic as in Korea. So like there are people who are like a little bit more careless, and motorcycles. There's a lot more motorcycles in Thailand than in Korea. The only people in Korea that ride motorcycles are one might be for sports, but another main people who ride motorcycles are for deliveries, like deliveries of everything, like for food and products or whatever. And the other one is like when they have gangs and stuff like that. But in Thailand, the majority of people, the transportation is motorcycles. Those people who cannot afford cars. Yeah. And the other thing is like how there are like cars and trucks where they have like speakers on them and playing music out loud. Yeah, that was like that was quite a shock because we don't have that in Korea, and if we do that, like you will get taken by the police because it's like noise pollution and it disturbs the society. But in Thailand, that's not the case.
It's normal.
Yeah, and even though it's very loud and it can be very annoying, but it's still they still do that, and it's like they also do that for like advertising. I saw like there are trucks with like billboards for advertising for I don't know condos or for movies or whatever, and then they have speakers talking about them. Yeah.
Okay, now let's move to the last question. Have you ever experienced any culture shocks in Thailand?
I think I've experienced a couple. Okay. First thing was that I saw that everything in comparison to Korea was a bit more. The environment was a bit more like dirty, and the system might be more. I felt that the system of the way people do things is more unorganized because everything takes a longer time to do things. Yeah, like for example, like let's say, like when we were living at the house and like the tap was broken or something, and we called the house owner to come and check it. But if it was in Korea, they would the house owner would come on that day and then try to get everything fixed on that day, and it would take like maximum of, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours to get the whole process done, to come and see the problem and then fix everything.
In 1 day.
Yeah, it will be done within 1 day, or even like couple hours, like 2-3 hours.
Right.
Yeah, but in Thailand, when the house owner came, they saw and they told us that they have to wait. We have to wait. That they have to go talk to somebody else and go buy the things, and that they will be able to fix it in maybe 2-3 days, which I thought it was very. I couldn't understand it because you can just go to the place, buy the things, come back and get it done, and it would be finished. Yeah. Another cultural shock that I felt was that like most of the culture shock that I experienced, like because I've been living here for a long time, now I understand. So right now I don't really have much of a problem with the culture shock that I've experienced. So what I tend to do is because I know how things work in Thailand, I tend to just like tell myself, okay, this is Thailand, this is how they do things. So when there is a problem or when I have to get something done, I would think ahead. Okay, I need to get something done. There is a problem about this. So I tell them in advance, saying that okay, I keep in my head, okay, for this problem, it might take 2-3 days. So I just think in my head like that. Okay, it might take 4-5 days instead. When it actually might take 2-3 days, just so that I don't get frustrated and about the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing.